Hola chicos, soy señorita Schaefer y hoy vamos a hablar de la gramática de capítulo 3A. Vamos a hablar de me gustan y me encantan. La información está en página 135 de su libro de texto. The big question that I want you to be focusing on as we go through this lesson is, how do I talk about plurals of things that I like? So go ahead and write that at the top of your notes, please. Leave a little bit of room where you can put your answer. But we've learned how to use me gusta, me gustan. Those are me gusta, me encanta. That's one of the first things that we learned. But today we're going to learn how to say me gustan and me encantan. So we use me gusta and me encanta to talk about a singular noun. And that's what we've done before. We also use that to talk about a verb. So what we're going to do here is look at this sentence. We have me gusta el té. El té is singular. It's one thing. So we're going to use me gusta. Okay, but me encanta el helado. El té helado. But I love iced tea. Once again, one thing. You can tell by their article that they're just one thing. And if you remember, me gusta more literally means it pleases me. So the it in these sentences is the té and the té helado. And then this me right here is the me. It pleases me. So we've been learning about how to conjugate verbs. And what you'll notice here is that when we are saying they please me instead of it pleases me, we're going to need to change our verb, the gusta or encanta. So we use me gustan and me encantan to talk about plural nouns. And what you'll recognize here is that the an, that ending in an, is what we use when we conjugate AR verbs for the ellos form. So when we're using nouns that we're saying they are pleasing to me, we're actually using the ellos form of these verbs, okay? So we have me encantan las fresas, pero no me gustan mucho los plátanos. So what we have going on here is we're talking about ourselves, what is pleasing to us. So you're saying the strawberries are pleasing to me, but the plantains, the bananas, are not pleasing to me. This can be a little bit confusing, but what I want you to look at is that this me, this me, is telling who it pleases. And then this verb needs to be conjugated for whatever comes right after it. Okay, so the gustan is conjugated for fresas, for plátanos. The gusta is conjugated for té and té helado. When you use me gusta or me gustan and me encanto, me encantan to talk about a noun, you need to include your article. One thing that we've done before is we've done like me gusta bailar. I like to dance. Okay, there we're using a verb. We're saying we like a verb. So we don't need to use the article. But as you start using these words with articles, with nouns, you will need to use the articles. So, me encanta el jugo de naranja, pero no me gusta la leche. What you're saying here is the orange juice pleases me, and the milk doesn't please me. Let's do one more sentence. ¿Qué te gustan más? What do you like more? Or what is more pleasing to you? ¿Las hamburguesas o los perritos calientes? And you'll notice that because hamburgers and hot dogs are both nouns, we go ahead and use the articles with them. So when we started this lesson, we said, how do I talk about plurals of things that I like? And the answer is that when you are using plurals, you need to add that N to the end of gustan or encantan. Remember to say they are pleasing to me, or I like them, as we would say in English. You'll put the me out front, and to say to you, we'll put the te out front. The other thing that I want you to remember is that when we say we like nouns, we need to use articles. And remember, your articles are el, la, los, and las. Before you finish up today, I do want you to go ahead and write down any questions that you have so that you can remember to ask them in class. But we also just have a little practice section that you're going to put on your notes. So please don't stop yet, because we're going to go on to this final page. What I want for you to do is write down whether you would use me gusta or me gustan with the following items. Now, how you're going to determine that is whether each word is singular or plural. So with las hamburguesas, go ahead and write down your answer. Would you use me gusta or me gustan? If you said me gustan, you are right. And there's a couple ways that we can determine this. First of all, we can see that the article is plural. Secondly, we can see that the noun has an S at the end of it, showing us that the noun is plural. Therefore, you need to use the conjugation for the plural noun. Please go ahead and do numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your notes by yourself. Thank you for listening, and we will see you in class.